Sipping. And we down the whole bottle. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you guys for all the gifts. I appreciate you. About 7 more minutes on the bike, chat, and then we're done, baby. 7 more minutes on the bike. Like it up as much as you can for the last 7 minutes, baby. Oh, I don't know what that is. Thank you so much, though. Thank you guys for the love and support. Appreciate you. Drop a follow if you don't follow me. Thank you for the galaxy. Let's go, chat. Oh man, thank you so much. Oh man, that person, you're going crazy. Regina, thank you so much, Regina. I'll drop a follow for you, Regina. Thank you. Oh my Lord. Regina just freaking, Lord, Regina's going crazy on the live. Regina gonna make me reset the goal. Lord. Regina gonna make me reset the goal again. No, don't. Who almost lost all my things. Almost lost my miles. Whew. Let's go, chat. We gotta finish these last 7 minutes. Thank you so much, Regina, for the support and the love. Let's go, chat. One love. Like it up. All glory to God, chat. Remember, give thanks every day. Go I. We did it. Let's go, baby. Oh, let's go. Oh, we finished our hour on the bike. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my body's cramping. All right, so we did 48 minutes here. The previous one we did 12 minutes and 2.6 miles, 2.60. So that 48 plus the 12, 9.43, 2.60, 9, 10, 11, 12 miles in an hour. Let's freaking go, chat. We did 12 miles on the bike in an hour, baby. Let's go! 12 miles in an hour. Let's freaking get it, baby. Let's go. There. I restarted for you. I look amazing already. Thank you, little Anyo. Let's go. I gotta get some. Do I play PC games? That's what I'm trying to get the laptop so that I can play PC games. Drop a follow if you don't follow your boy rippedmonsterbeast. We in here. What about a rhino? I'm a rhino? Dang, do I look like a rhino? I mean, rhinos are pretty majestic, but I thought I looked at the bypass and she started having balding issues. You have to take vitamins every day for the rest of your life after that. It's just not worth it to me. I'd rather just work out really hard for like 4 years and lose all the weight. No judgment to anybody who gets the bypass. I totally understand. If anybody else who is in my position, I would have totally understood if you got the bypass. I weighed 5 a child this year. We'd like to have our first baby this year. Period, King. What? I'm proper awesome. Thank you, Jazz.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have overeaten. Funky, you're 100% right. I shouldn't have overeaten. That is true. You are right. I agree with you 100%. Am I Ed Sheeran? No, I'm not Ed Sheeran. I wish I was Ed Sheeran. That would be amazing if I was Ed Sheeran. I'd be so rich, and I'd actually be really skinny.
International Diamond Jewelers is having its biggest...
Almost left 2 babies. No, that's terrible. We cannot be leaving the babies behind.
52 to 70%.
Your ex-friend almost died from the... Yeah. See, that's another thing. Elective surgeries are not necessary surgeries. I know... Listen, I know that this might come as a shock because I'm a very big, heavy man. But I have absolutely no health problems except for high blood pressure, which my doctor has under control with medication. So I take that medication every day, and my high blood pressure is doing just fine. In fact, I just got blood work done, and it came back spectacular. And my blood pressure was lower than it has been in a long time. So my doctor was very pleased. Just because you are overweight does not mean that you're dying. It doesn't mean that you are an unhealthy person. I mean, yes, you are overweight and you need to lose the weight because, you know, nobody wants to be overweight. But that doesn't mean that you're going to die tomorrow or that you have diabetes or that, you know, you have heart disease, because I don't have any of those things. We should try to avoid elective surgeries as much as possible. People die from elective surgeries every day. If I had a girl, what would I name her? Maybe Delilah. It'd definitely be something very beautiful.
What happens from there is it begins to attract him.
Something very feminine. I like traditional, I prefer traditional gender norms, like very feminine women and very manly men. It's nothing against anybody else, and I don't judge other people. That's just for me. That's just how I want to raise my children. But they will respect everyone and be kind to people and spread peace, love, and happiness everywhere they go. That will be one of the very first lessons I instill with my children.
As he dives deep into the franchise's legacy, from exclusive interviews to untold behind-the-scenes stories, explore the drama, themes, and culture that make
Courtney, I wish more people had my mindset too.
Listen now on America's #1.
All I can say is I had a wonderful mother who instilled kindness in me from a very early age.
Start listening today.
And I've had a lot of help along the way in my life. A lot of people have helped me. There are plenty of beautiful, wonderful people out there in this world. Beautiful souls. I believe, this is just my belief, I believe that the majority of people in this world are good people, and given the opportunity and the chance, they will surprise you with their kindness.
Those extra years are free on me. Don't you think it would be better if we said those extra years are a plus on us? Sure.
Boontar, your mom had the surgery, now she has bad digestive issues and smells horrible. See, that's what I'm saying. There's lots of side effects from that surgery. It's not, listen, I am not judging anybody who gets the surgery at all. If that's what people want to do, I support them 150 million%. Like I said, I don't judge anybody. I don't judge people's sexual preferences. I don't judge mental decisions. I don't judge any of that. That's not for me. It says right in the Bible, judge not lest ye be judged. I don't have any room to judge anybody else. I did overeat. I did do this to myself. But let me tell you my story before anyone judges me and says that I overate and, you know, I shouldn't have ate all them McDonald's cheeseburgers or whatever. Now see, when I was a little kid, my nickname was Tony Bones because I was so skinny you could see all my ribs and my spine. And And I was skinny like that all the way until I was about 13 years old. Now at 13 years old, my father, who was my hero, even though he wasn't a good father, he was pretty much a terrible father. My dad was a bad alcoholic. He never hurt me or anything like that, but he was an alcoholic who would disappear for weeks at a time to go and get drunk. He sold a lot of our stuff to go and drink. He had an alcohol and drug problem, and he never could kick it for a very, very, very long time, for decades. But I loved him. He was my hero. He was my father. You know, that's who he was to me. He was my Superman, you know. That's who I looked up to. He was always so strong to me. He was like 5 times my size and just so strong, like a very strong man. And my father, when I was 13 years old, he passed away from a sudden massive heart attack. Now, see, my father had a 6 bypass, had a massive heart attack, and had to have 6 bypass surgery in '97. And he fully recovered from the 6 bypass surgery in '97. But the doctors told him in '97, they told him after he had the surgery, they said, "Mr. Hatcher, if you don't quit smoking and quit drinking, you will be back in here having this surgery again in 5 years, or you will be dead in the ground." Now, my dad did quit drinking the last 2 or 3 years of his life, but he never ever quit smoking. And my dad smoked like 4 or 5 packs of cigarettes a day. My dad robbed a bank when he was 19 years old and went to prison for 7 years in Florida State Penitentiary. During that time in the Florida State Penitentiary, my dad started smoking because that's all you can do in there. My dad lived a hard life. He was not necessarily a kind man, but he was still my dad. When he died, it left a hole in my heart that nothing could fill. And I tried to fill it with food. And I tried for 20 years to fill it with food. Every day. It just left a deep sadness that ate at me. And a very deep anger. I used to be a very, very, very angry person. It took me a long time to become the person I am today. A very long time. But when I was a teenager, I was angry. I got in fights every single day. Every day. Every single day. I used to live in a trailer park, and I would look for fights. I'd go on my way to school, and I would just I'd see somebody, they'd annoy me, and I would pick a fight. I'd let them hit me as hard as they could. And I got really, really tough. Really tough. You wouldn't believe it looking at me, maybe. I don't know. You know, I'm not here to get judged by anybody or whatever. But I could take a punch really good. I learned to fight a lot. I fought a lot. I never took a black eye. I never broke my nose. I never got a busted lip. And I never lost a one-on-one fight. Never in my life. But I've gotten fights every single day. For probably, let's see, my dad died when I was 12 or 13 when he died. I was in like 5th grade. I'd say all the way from 5th grade to 9th grade. So like for 4 or 5 years straight, I got in a fight every day. I could guarantee multiple fights. There was days where I'd get in a fight with 3 or 4 different people before I even got home from school. I used to be a very angry person when my dad died. And when the anger subsided, which was like a couple years later, I had a deep sadness that nothing would fill. And I tried to fill it with food, and it didn't work. But I tried to fill it with food for about 20 years. It never worked. It just made me more angry and more sad. Do I believe in God or have any other religion? I'm Rastafarian. I do believe in God. I praise Jah every day. I also believe in Jesus Christ. Yes, my Lord and Savior. Have I channeled that into combat sports, boxing, MMA? I took Taekwondo when I was younger, for a couple years. But I stopped fighting. Like I said, I stopped being so angry. When I hit puberty, and I got about, so from like 12 to 16, I was very angry. But I think it might have just been partially because of my dad, but also partially because of puberty. You know, there's all those emotions in there, and I didn't know how to deal with it. And that huge loss of my father, I didn't have a male role model after that. Not that he was there much to begin with, but you know, you don't have a male role model in your life, that's hard. That's hard, you know, learning to be a man by yourself. That is extremely hard to do. People need their mother and their father. That's like your guiding light. When you don't have that, it's really hard to come back from that. A lot of people, when they lose their parents at a young age, they don't recover. They become bad alcoholics. They, you know, become drug addicts. They, you know, get into a life of crime. They turn to gangs. They do all kinds of stuff. So I'm very blessed by the fact that God helped guide me on my path and helped me to recover, and really helped me to expand my mind and to... I prayed for a lot of years. See, this is the thing that I also lost my way from God for a lot of years too. Because see, when I was being brought up, when I lived in the trailer park as a little kid, my mother was very religious, very Christian. We went to church Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So we went to church 3 days a week. And we did, you know, I did Royal Rangers through the church. I did, you know, we worked at soup kitchens and worked for, you know, helped the homeless and donated stuff and all that. And we did so much stuff through the church. But I prayed for years because my mom and dad got divorced because my mom couldn't handle the drinking. I prayed every night for years, okay? I prayed every single night for like probably 5 or 7 years that my dad would quit drinking and my mom and dad would get back together. And God answered my prayers, Chad. He answered my prayers. He quit drinking, he cleaned up his act, and my mom and dad got back together and got remarried. And they were married for like 2 years, and then he passed away. And when that happened, I was so angry at God. I cursed God. I yelled at God. I remember when he died, I went into a field and I yelled. I said, "Fudge you!" But I said the F word. I said it over and over. And I screamed at the top of my lungs, and I just fell to my knees and I just cursed God in every way I could think of. Every word I could say, every mean thing you could think of saying, I said it. Anything you could think to say, I said worse. And I was angry for a long time. But I'm, you know, some days I'm still angry that he's not here. But I'm not mad at God anymore. It was my dad's fault that he's not here. He was the one that didn't take care of himself. He was the one that, you know, salted his food crazier than any person you've ever seen. The man really legitimately, when he ate tomatoes, he would salt the tomato till it was white. It was a side effect from when he was in prison, because the prison food's so terrible that he just salted his food because he was like institutionalized from being in prison for so long. He just salted his food so heavily. The man probably had high blood pressure and cholesterol for decades and never did any. He was one of those people that didn't go to the doctor until he was like practically dead. You know what I'm saying? And listen, no judgment to whatever. You do you. I'm not judging you. If you're sick, go to the doctor, okay? There are people in your life that love you. Your friends, your family, your co-workers, people love you. My dad was one of those people, and he did not go to the doctor until he was basically on death's door. He was like, unless he was like coughing his, you know, just... Salt on tomato is good, but not until it's white. He would literally salt the whole tomato all the way until the whole tomato was white. Like, we're talking, my dad probably had sinus infections for years because he wouldn't go to the doctor. Like, I remember he'd be in there like coughing up a lung and like sick for months. Nothing, no doctor. He'd just lay down, go to sleep it off. Crazy. I don't know how he did it. The man's insane. He probably lived an extra 20 years just out of spite and meanness, because the man was tough as nails. I'll give him that. The man was tougher than most people I ever met. Toe cramps? I don't know about toe cramps. Oh! Whew. I definitely ain't getting toe cramps. I mean, I've been in here for 2 hours, 2.5 hours working out, but I've never gotten toe cramps before. Talking with the man in the mirror. Sorry, there were some people that came in and whatever. I didn't want them to get mad about me talking whatever, so I moved over here. Anyway, yeah, so he didn't take care of himself. Probably lived an extra 10 years longer than he should have, just out of sheer toughness and refusal to die. Eric, I weighed 517 when I started. I lost 85 pounds last year. If I can do it, you can do it, brother. No better time to get started than today. I believe in you, Eric. You can do it. Appreciate you, EKM. You eat as healthy as a skinny Gwyneth Paltrow. But to be fair, just because somebody's skinny don't mean they're healthy. They could be skinny and have lung cancer or something. Just saying. Fat definition or fat percentage doesn't define if you're healthy or not. Look how healthy the sumo wrestlers are. So it's definitely not a fat thing. What defines on health how healthy you are is whether or not you're active and whatnot. You could be 400 pounds your entire life and be an athlete. Look at the linemen in the NFL. They're healthier than I am, and they probably weigh 420. Sumos die young. That's not true. Not all sumos die young. There's plenty of sumos who live to be like 70 and 80 years old. I mean, do some of them die young? Sure. It's 4:30 in the morning here, by the way. I'm getting ready to leave, go home. Appreciate you, Grim. Whew. But yeah, so they were saying that I overate. I did overeat for like 20 years, so that was on me. But I had a lot of outside, circumstances and situations that led to my overeating. Also, I grew up in an unhealthy family that never really showed me what like a healthy portion size is. In my family, they just slapped food on the plate and filled the whole plate, and then they'd yell at you and say, hey, you better eat your food, or if you don't clear your plate, you don't get to leave the table, basically. Hawks, I appreciate you, man. Let's go. So, what'd somebody say about a galaxy? I don't know what they said. I don't know what they're saying. Galaxy I. U.M. Gillespie. That's right, man. Hey, listen. You can always change and you can always better yourself. And basically, you can get busy living or you can get busy dying. And I decided to get busy living. That's basically it, man. There's no guidebook to life. Do I wish my parents would have been, healthier people who ate healthy, and my dad would have been there to teach me how to play football and, show me what to do. I have the body of a lion. Like, I could be in the NFL right now if I'd had the right, guidance from an early age. Like, I have the genetics to be as good as any lineman in the NFL. Or I could have been a tight end or a running back or whatever. I didn't have that guidance. Am I going to cry about it? Sometimes I do cry about it. That's okay. That's life, man. I have a good cry every now and then. It feels great. Crying is really good for you. It's very cathartic. We as men got to learn to let our feelings and emotions out more. Don't be suppressing your emotions and holding them inside and, I'm not going to cry, I'm a stone. I have no feelings. You know what that causes? mental health disorders and breakdowns. I know, my stepdad had one. He can't work anymore because he held all of his feelings in and wouldn't talk to people, and he was having like suicidal thoughts and ideations for decades and just suppressed it and didn't tell anybody, whatever. I think he just has like he's got like some kind of SSRI disability or something, like with his brain doesn't create the right chemicals to make him happy or whatever. He's on medicine for it now. He's doing a lot better. But he had a mental breakdown and stuff. You hate Bruno Mars? I'm not playing Bruno Mars. That's on the speaker above. I don't control that. Whew. You lost 160 pounds in 6 months. How's my journey so far? I lost 85 pounds last year. What's rude? Your Highness, I made you work out again? Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm glad I could help motivate you. I apologize, Battle Cute, if something I said you thought was rude. Bruno Mars makes you cringe? I like Bruno Mars. I mean, no offense to you. I don't mean to offend you or whatever. To each their own. But I'm not the one playing it though. I wish I could turn it off for you. This station's horrible. They always play bad music. That's why I bring my own music. Hawks, I appreciate you. He is kind of sus. I will give you that. He's very talented, but like the way he dances and like he'd be like all rubbing up on people like during his music and stuff. It is a little weird, ain't it? It is a little weird. Makes you wonder. Oh yeah, The Weeknd getting the Botox is super weird. Super weird. That whole bro, I don't know what The Weeknd's on, man. I'm pretty sure The Weeknd got cloned and has been replaced because he's not even the same person he used to be. I don't know what happened to that guy. I guess he sold his soul to the Illuminati or something. That's a conversation for another time. It was for a role? I don't know, man. He's acted really weird for like the last 2 or 3 years. After he made it really big and famous, he's not the same Weeknd anymore. I hope you're right. I really hope you're right. And he comes back out and he's like the same person. Hawks, I'm trying to... Nicole, I love conspiracies too. You know what it is? Every conspiracy, there's a little grain of truth in there somewhere. Almost all of them. Almost all of them. There's a grain of rice of truth in there somewhere. Some of them are all the way true and people just don't want to believe it. I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. Right. There ain't no such thing as coincidences, man. The universe happens the way it happens and the world unfolds around you. No such thing as coincidences. There's just the ins and outs of what happens in existence, man. Life's a garden, you gotta dig it and keep on keeping on. How do you lose weight? You went from 270 to 240, then to 250. The easiest way to lose weight is to walk. Walk and completely cut out all liquid calories out of your diet. And just eat slightly less than you are now. If you eat slightly less than you are, like whatever you normally would eat for dinner, scrape just a little bit of that off your plate, put it back. I mean, yeah, you can eat healthier, but really, the truth of it is you can eat unhealthy as you want. You could eat McDonald's and lose weight if you're counting the calories. Calories in and calories out is a scientific fact. You will lose weight doing it. It's not healthy, but you can do it. I worked really hard only for some younger person to put their hand on my head and turn me around. I don't understand what that means. They say fasting is good. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. Whoa. All right then, we're gonna go ahead and get that out of here. We don't tolerate that. There might be kids in here, man. You can't say stuff like that. We don't play that weird stuff, dude. Why don't I get a desktop PC? Well, a desktop PC is about $1,000 more than what I was gonna spend. I mean, the fasting thing works, but the thing of it is that you want to lose weight slow and controlled. If you lose weight fast, all your diets and everything that make you lose weight really fast, they don't work, because the moment you stop that diet and go back to your normal eating habits, you're going to gain all the weight back. You're probably going to gain more weight. The fat cells don't disappear. I could get a decent one for the $2K I want to spend on a laptop. I mean, maybe. Also, yeah, losing weight fast loses a lot of loose skin. I don't want to have any loose skin when I'm done. I want the skin to come back elasticity wise so that I don't got the bat flaps, man. I'm not trying to have any surgeries and get skin removal. I really ain't into all that. Like I said before, the least amount of surgeries possible is the best amount of surgeries possible. Don't lose hope, Alpha. There's still time. You can still change your ways. You can still, you know, you listen, it's all about eating healthier and exercise. Just start walking a little bit every day, and then increase how much you walk, and then, you know, just exercise more and more every day. Eventually you're going to start losing weight. A body in motion stays in motion. You're going to want to start exercising more. You're going to want to walk. The more you exercise, you're going to feel better. It doesn't matter. You got to stop watching the scale. See, that's the problem. Everybody wants to lose the weight immediately. That's not healthy. Think about it like this, right? If you went into a doctor's office tomorrow and you weigh 500 pounds and they sucked out all the fat and you came out weighing 200 pounds, you'd probably have a heart attack. Your body has got to adjust to that weight slowly over time. Your body adjusts to your heart. Like, your heart has to beat harder the more you weigh. When you lose weight, your heart beats less. If you lost 300 pounds in one day, it's not healthy for you. That's why liposuction is so dangerous. They do liposuction in like different, like they ain't gonna suck out 300 pounds in a day. They might do like 40 or 50 pounds and have you come back like 10 times. They're not gonna do it. You'd have a heart attack and die because your heart can't regulate like that. You have to lose the weight slow and controlled. If you lose the weight really fast, and see, another thing about those weight loss surgeries, and I'm not judging anybody who had it, so anybody who had it, I'm not picking on you, I swear. But they've done studies, and a lot of people who get those weight loss surgeries gain back the weight quicker than they would had they just exercised and whatever. Now listen, I understand. If you weigh 600 pounds and you feel like there's nothing you can do about it, then you do you, and you do what you feel is best for your health. That's 100% up to you. You and your doctor. What did I start at? Where am I at now? I started at 517 pounds. I worked really hard last year. I lost 85 pounds. I got down to 432 pounds. And then my best friend, who was my gym buddy, who was my gym partner here on the rippedmonsterbeast channel, we did all the workouts together. He moved away to Florida, and I got really depressed and I fell off, and I gained back about 30 or 40 pounds. So I'm back up to about 460. But I started working hard and I'm exercising, and the weight's gonna come off. I know it is. You just gotta keep going at it. You gotta stay consistent. What's my goal? I'm gonna try and get, I want to get to about 240. 240 and just be like all muscle. 240, 230. Something like that. Even if I got to like 260, I'd still be amazing compared to where I'm at now. That'd be like a 200-pound weight loss. I'd be looking schmexy as heck at 260. Be looking like a young Brad Pitt to 260, boys, I tell you what. Do I run or what do? I do lots of cardio. I do heavy lifting. I just did an hour on the bike earlier. The other night I did an hour on the bike and I walked for a half hour and I lifted for 45 minutes. So any exercise is good exercise. So, you know, it is what it is. But today's workout number 2 of the week. I'll probably work out again tomorrow and probably on Sunday. And that'll be 4 for the week. Last week I hit 5 days. So, you know, we just gotta keep at it. Yeah, how did I reach the 500-pound mark? I don't have time to tell that story again, my friend. I apologize. I'll make it short. A lot of food, a lot of depression. I lost my dad when I was 13. I tried to fill the hole that was left when he died from eating a lot of food for 20 years. It didn't work. Nothing you do will bring your loved ones back. Cherish the memories you have. That's all you can do. There is no special cure. You speed to shoot all your problems away. Sadly, I'm gonna see that you glow up. I appreciate that, Noah. You will. As long as you keep sticking around and watching the lives, you sure will. Because I'm not giving up this time. I'm locked all the way in. I'm more dedicated than ever before now. We're growing the channel. I'm gonna grow the YouTube. I'm gonna grow on Facebook. I'm gonna start a podcast. Basically, I'm working to make social media my real full-time job. And then I won't have to work a real job anymore. I've been a computer technician going on 6 years. It's time to get out of that. Start working for myself. Do I have a medical support team? Myself. My wife. My wife supports me a lot. My wife's been very supportive. All right, chat, I gotta go. I love you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. If you're still in here and you like the live and you don't follow me, do me a favor, drop a follow for your boy to help support. Go drop a follow on my YouTube channel if you really want to support. Remember, always give thanks to God above every day. Every day is a gift. You never know which one will be your last. Spread peace, love, and happiness everywhere you go. One love. And less hate, more appreciate. All right? That's it. Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate you. I'm going to drop a follow back for you. That's it, guys. I got to go. But I love you guys. I hope everybody has an awesome Friday, okay? I'll see you guys in the next live. We're out here. Peace out.